Hearing all the dog talk, adorable. Yeah, we're loving her.
That's great.
I rile her up in the morning and then try to get her not to bite me.
Do you have any scars yet?
My son has some because he messes around, but
Those
fun.
little puppy teeth.
All right. Looks like we're recording. It's 5:03. Please be advised that on Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021 at 5 p.m., there will be a special school committee meeting held through remote participation pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, Chapter 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Medford School Committee will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the City of Medford website at www.medfordma.org. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to listen or watch the meeting may do so by accessing the meeting link contained herein. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we're unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the City of Medford or Medford Community Media websites an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Since the meeting will be held remotely, participants can log or call in by using the following link or call-in number: 1-929-205-6099. Please enter meeting ID 914-5177-5527 when prompted. Additionally, comments or questions can be submitted during the meeting by emailing medfordsc@medford.k12.ma.us. Those submitting must include the following information: your first and last name, your Medford Street address, your question or comment. While it is possible to submit questions via the Zoom software, we are strongly recommending that you use the email above while we gain familiarity with hosting our meetings online. The agenda will be as follows: negotiation and legal matters, executive session to discuss recommendation to approve the memorandum of agreement between the Medford Public Schools and the Medford Teachers Association governing working conditions for 2020-2021 school year, a tentative agreement of which was reached on January 23rd, 2021. Sincerely, Dr. Maurice Edward Vincent, Superintendent of Schools. So if there's a motion to enter executive session.
Motion to enter executive session.
By Member McLaughlin, seconded by Member Kratz. A roll
Mayor?
call. Oh, Member Russo.
I think we have to take attendance before we can do that.
Member McLaughlin, sorry.
Thank you. Yes.
Sorry.
Kathy Kretz, Member Kretz?
Here.
Member Graham?
Yes, here.
Melanie McLaughlin here. Member Mastone?
Here.
Member Russo?
Present.
Member Vanderklut?
Present.
Mayor Longo Kern?
Present, 7 present, none absent. We are all here.
Yep.
Motion to enter executive session by Member McLaughlin, seconded by Member Kratz. Roll call.
Member Kretz?
Here. Yes.
Member Graham? Can you guys see Jenny at my screen? I can't see her.
I can see her. Jenny, can you
Graham?
hear?
My apologies. I had not made her a co-host. That's on me.
Okay.
Member Graham? Yes. Member McLaughlin? Yes. Member Mastone?
Yes.
Member Russo?
Yes.
Member Vanderklut?
Yes.
Mayor Longo Kern?
Yes. 7 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. We can now enter executive
Will you
session.
be coming out and back in public, Mayor?
We'll be coming back out in public to adjourn and to report anything out that we choose.
Right.
Thank you, everybody, for your patience. We are recording. We are out of executive session. We did take a vote. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Murphy to give a brief summary for those who are watching of the memorandum of agreement, and then we will announce the vote.
Thank you, Mayor. As the mayor said, the school committee tonight in executive session was considering the tentative agreement that was reached between the Medford Teachers Association and the Medford Public Schools on January 23rd. This memorandum of agreement governs the working conditions for the 2020-2021 school year and only the 2020-2021 school year. The negotiations began in the summer of 2020 and were pertaining to the restart of school after the shutdown due to the pandemic in the spring of 2020. Important, as was noted to the committee, and I know has been shared with the union, there were a series of tentative agreements reached in September of 2020 that positioned the district to bring students back into school without objection from the teachers union, and the conditions and the circumstances were set that I can say as a member of the negotiating team, and I know I speak on behalf of the superintendent and our leadership team, that put the district in a very positive footing to bring students in. It's a big part of why we've been able to have the amount of in-person instruction that we've been able to have during the course of this year. And so for that and for all that was achieved during the course of this negotiation, the administration is grateful to the teachers union and to the union leadership. I know Ms. Douglas is on the call here, and I imagine the members of her team are watching or listening. And I can say with sincerity to both Ms. Douglas and the MTA representative, Mr. Katz, we're grateful to them for their leadership and contributions to what was a constructive dialogue that has led to an agreement that we believe is grounded in the best interest of students and fair to the educators whose working conditions it will govern. The MOA will be available on the district website and is a public document effective this vote. And there are a few highlights that we think are important from the heightened air quality standards that were a key part of bringing students back into school and making sure that educators both were in a working environment that was in fact safe, but also was giving the peace of mind to combat the very understandable anxiety that all of us are experiencing in the course of this pandemic and having to continue on with our responsibilities in our work. The mandatory COVID testing that is taking place as a result of the partnership that the district enjoys with Tufts University and is continuing this week and will continue on for the remainder of this school year. There's important provisions around making sure that we as a district and in collaboration with our union partners are being mindful and cognizant of the risk of disengagement that we have for all students under these conditions, and additional responsibilities that are part of the agreement to that effect. And a number of other provisions, including participation in additional information session that we will plan with the union to make sure that parents and family members are given as much information as possible going into the 2021-2022 school year. The administration has recommended the approval of this agreement to the school committee on the basis that, again, we believe it is in the best interest of students and fair to educators. I'll reiterate our gratitude to the union for the work that we've engaged in with them over the past several months. And I would just say as a final comment that I think every MOA, every time that we engage in one of these negotiations, it's either a step backwards or a step forward with regard to the relationship between the district and our bargaining partners. And I think in this instance, where we've ultimately landed, it's a step forward. And to that effect, we look forward to engaging with the union, as we're now contractually obligated to do on a monthly basis, in terms of making sure that effectuating our health and safety committee provision that's in the MOA, and also in preparation for additional negotiations that we know will be coming up in the near future. So with that sort of a positive foundation on which to build, and I'm certainly the foundation is long preceded this negotiation, but hopefully it's adding additional layers to that. And we look forward to our continuing work with the Medford Teachers Association.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. Very well said. Member Vandekloot, and then Ms. Douglas, did you want Member Vandekloot?
Yes, I just wanted to also extend our thanks to Charlene Douglas and to the members of the negotiating team. It's a lot of work. It was many hours. I remember how many meetings, throughout the summer you guys attended. Sometimes tensions ran high, but it is certainly great work, and our teachers do great work every day, educating our kids, getting them back into school. And Charlene, I personally want to thank you for your leadership and for getting this done. So thank you very much, and to your team.
Ms.
Thank
Douglas?
you. Thank you. I want to thank the administration working with Mr. Murphy and all the administrative team and members of school committee. I too agree that this is a very fair and equitable MOA, and it really has the interest of our students in the city as a whole at heart, safety and various other aspects that Mr. Murphy so elegantly spoke about. So I am pleased with that. The union membership was very pleased. We held a ratification meeting for over 2 hours, went through it with many, many questions. There were almost every member was in attendance at that meeting, and then we held our vote. So, and again, it was a very positive, and people feel very, very good about it moving forward. And I look forward to continue our work with the administration, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Greenspan, Mr. Edward Vincent. It was well done, and it was, yes, while it was a lot of hours and a lot of time, and of course there's always going to be a little disagreement, I think we worked well together, and I am really pleased that we have bonded with that relationship, and I look forward to working on the Health and Safety Committee as we continue forward, and I'll have those names to you hopefully by this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Douglas, and I'll echo Member Vandekloot's sentiments. I think between the administration and the teachers union and the teachers themselves, everybody had the best interests of the students and obviously employees at the forefront, and we really appreciate that, and we look forward to moving forward. And we're just happy to have our kids back in school, so we thank you very much. We did take a vote. Member Graham?
Do I have to
Do we vote it in public?
I think we have to vote it in public, right? I think that's my question. Thank you.
I think Mr. Greenspan can certainly weigh in on this, but under the AG's guidance, you actually are permitted to take the vote in executive session. I promise we would have stopped you if you weren't, but you are allowed to vote in executive session, provided that you disclose the outcome of that vote as soon as possible, which would be now.
Yes, there's a motion by Member Graham, seconded by
Member Rousseau.
Member Rousseau to
Member Vandekloot.
Oh, I'm
Member-
sorry, Paulette, Member Vandekloot.
It was a 7-0 vote to accept the MOA. So that motion has been approved, and that will cover the school year 2020 to 2021. So that will cover us through June. So thank you. Thank you all. Member Graham?
I just wanted to say thank you to Charlene and the entire negotiating team for getting this done, but also to all the teachers who are showing up under the most extraordinary of circumstances this year.
Thank you, Member Graham. Member Mustone, then Dr. Edward Vincent.
Okay.
I'm all set, Mayor. Thank you.
Dr. Edward Vincent.
Yes, I just wanted to echo the thanks. Thank you to the leadership of Charlene Douglas, all the members that participated in the negotiations that brought us to this point, but also to just formally acknowledge and thank the hard work that's happening with all the teachers. The fact that Medford Public Schools has students participating in in-person instruction from pre-K to 12 is a wonderful accomplishment. And I just wanted to say thank you for the support, and thank you for all that you are doing, working together on behalf of the students in Medford. And so I just add my congratulations once again. Thank you.
Thank you. So this will we'll motion to adjourn. I know we have a regularly scheduled
Yeah.
meeting. Yes.
Excuse me, I have my hand
Yes.
up.
Oh, Member
Member
McLaughlin,
McLaughlin.
you are on the right.
Sorry. No, I don't want to repeat what everyone else said. I just wanted to say getting the most vulnerable students in on a 4-day schedule as early as was done comparatively to so many other districts around us is so appreciated. And I know that there are many, many families that are very grateful for that having happened as early as it did in the negotiation. So just wanted to echo that as well. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you to the team and to the teachers.
Thank you, Member McLaughlin. I'm not sure if there's any other meetings this week, but I know we have our regularly scheduled meeting on Monday at 6 p.m. We're going to have a committee of the whole at 5 p.m. that night to go into executive session on a couple things. And then we're also potentially going to have Wednesday, the 10th, if everybody wants to put in their calendar, a committee of the whole meeting. And then we will be scheduling the Columbus School renaming for some time at one of the committee home meetings, March dates. I know that'll be under old business on Monday, but we are going to try to schedule that in March. So I just want to give everybody the heads up. We're working on those few things. Have a great night. Motion to adjourn. By
Motion to
Member McLaughlin, seconded by Member Vanderkloot. Roll call.
Member Kretz,
Yes.
Member Graham,
Yes.
Member McLaughlin, yes. Member Mastone,
Yes.
Member Rousseau,
Yes.
Member Vanderkloot,
Yes.
Mayor Longo Kern.
Yes, 7 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative. Meeting's adjourned. Have a wonderful night, everybody.